it's Petunia Gal, and we are back over in Planet Zoo on Heartland Zoo. And this is going to be a little bit different than I usually do. This is going to be a speed build episode where I'm just talking over the footage with you guys. And let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about the speed of the build and all that. Because I don't like it too fast. I don't know what you guys think, but I get a little tired of watching speed builds if they're too fast and not if they don't have any audio over the top of them. So let me know what you guys think. But we're gonna build a caiman habitat this time, and I went back and forth on what to do with this habitat because I kind of wanted something that was underground that you could see, the caiman swimming like the other aquatic animals we've done, but I was having a lot of issues trying to get it to look right. So I decided just to do an above ground habitat, and I think it turned out pretty good. Unfortunately, if the caimans aren't in the water, they're a little hard to see for the guests that are here viewing them in this viewing area here. We only have one viewing area on this one. And I think it turned out pretty good. I use a lot of these, colorable rocks. I think they work out pretty good. And just trying to get the viewing area done here. And the symmetry is just not right. I don't like it. But we go ahead and try it out. Just try to move some stuff around. And it works out in the end, I think. But I didn't want to show you guys all of the footage of what I did, in between trying to get it to look right, but I did leave some stuff in here just to show you guys it doesn't come together just like that. You gotta work at it. So as you can see, I've got all of the rocks there at the bottom, at the back there, so I can actually just copy what I want, and it'll keep the color that I want, and it works out pretty good. I don't use most of them, but it's there, so it works out pretty good in the end, I think. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and try to get the corners of the habitat here, so they are all going to be the same color. I'm not sure if I technically like that they're all the same color. I may go back in and change some. I don't know. To change them, you have to have them in the same group, and you can just change the group color. But I just have them all the same color, and I think it works out pretty good. But I tried to look up the Dwarf Caiman enclosure, and all I could really see were rocks and water. I mean, that's like literally all they have in their habitat, and quite a few plants and things. They actually don't mind having the plants in a very, good amount of them. But yeah, so we get that done in the end, and I think it turns out pretty good. Just go ahead and copy these so it'll look somewhat the same, but I kind of get the angle off a little bit, so it's fine. We'll get it. But let me know what you guys think about this. If you like the penguin and the giant otter habitat where it goes down, or these where they just stay above ground. I really wanted to do a path that went up further so you could see them on the land. But again, the path system is just really difficult to work with, I think. So I just went with just this one viewing area, and then the land being in the back, and just trying to get that kind of set up, because with the elevation change, it's kind of hard to get the barriers to work right, but we get it. It works out. So I'm trying to hide these in the rock as much as I can, and it takes some maneuvering, but I think we finally get it. and it works out pretty good, I think. So I really like working with these rocks because I think they are really cool looking. They do. I think they should have one or two other varieties. Just because if you put too many of the rocks together, it looks really like you're just copying the same thing over and over again. Even if you try to like move them around and all that, but I think we do a pretty good job of trying to conceal the fact that, it's just the same thing copied over. But now we're working on the land part. I still don't think I put enough land in here. I think I went a little too crazy with the water area because the caimans, I think, need more land than water. So, yeah, I probably should have done more, which we can always add some back if we need to. But this is what we settle on for now. And I was having a lot of issues with the path working once we get this habitat gate in that we're going to put in soon. But for some reason, this time it worked out pretty good. I mean, like I said earlier, I've done quite a few different versions of this, so it works out, which I'm super glad it worked out that way because I was having I was about to just give up on it. I'm like, I don't care. But there we go. We got our path in, and I think it'll work pretty good. We'll put some staff buildings here so the staff don't have to walk, all the way over to the buildings behind the penguin habitat, because then they'll just be complaining that, there's too far to walk. So I like to put the buildings by at least every other habitat. I just think that's a good idea, but it could be a little overkill, This one we actually do a large staff room and keeper hut, which may be a little too much, but it'll work out. It'll give people places to go. Although I do need to check on the work zones because there might be too many buildings that are already too crowded, but we'll see. So that's maybe what we'll do next time is just check on just like a maintenance episode, check on the animals' welfare and all that fun stuff. So we'll just work on trying to get this side kind of built up where things are kind of looking like they should. I don't continue with the rock all along the sides, but let me know what you guys think about that. Should I go down the side with the rocks, like have it all rock, or just leave it where it's it's just the concrete? I think it's the basic concrete color is what this is. So I'm trying to fill in the bottom part here. I was looking and I cannot get the water to go in, and I don't know why. I keep thinking maybe something's just not going all the way to the ground or something like that. But I thought this was a cool little addition here, just to have these smaller rocks down at the bottom. And it works out pretty good, but I still can't tell what's, taking up, why it's not working. And I don't know if it's the glass. I thought the glass would stop the water, but maybe not. But I take it out and make it just a glass, this particular glass that we got from the Aquatic Pack DLC, or maybe it was the free update. I can't remember. But I put that in just to see if maybe, that's the case. But it still doesn't work. So I'm not exactly sure what to do there. But I try to go ahead and add some more rocks down at the bottom. Like I said, just to see if maybe we need to do that. Just to add some more, like maybe there's just little spots down at the bottom that are open. But I don't know. We add some rock paint down where the water is going to be. And then I add some more kind of base rocks, I guess you'd call them, in the bottom here. And for one, just in case something is not fitting right, and for two, because I think it looks cool. So I go ahead and change this to not have the null barrier and have the glass barrier instead of just the glass construction, and that works. So I don't know what's going on, what's causing the problems there, but yeah. So I'm still trying to make it where it's not such a crazy elevation change from the water to the ground, but it still seems too high to me. And I don't think the caimans need that much water. I think they actually need more land than water, but I think I do go ahead and change up the land here in a second and add more land and less water. And who knows, I may go and change that again later. I'm not sure. But we're going to put the buildings here for the staff and the keeper hut. And I went ahead and used the aquatic one because, you know, that's what we're doing. So I thought it looked pretty good. And the power issue, oh my goodness. The solar panels are good, except for the range is just not that great. So, you know, either moving the solar panels around or adding more solar panels or, you know, whatever. It never ends. Especially later when I put in the habitat education boards. I'm like, why is there no power? But yeah, so we'll get it. I think I actually add a wind turbine just to make things a little more interesting. But here we go, making a little bit more land for these guys. I think I made this whole thing way too big, but it's fine. I usually make all these a little too big, but we'll be good. I need to look and see if they like more than two in there. If not, it may be way too big. It's not meant for just, you know, a solo like a solo couple, I should say. But I don't know, we'll see. So make a work zone and add those guys to this work zone just so these caimans have their own dedicated keeper and all that fun stuff. And yeah, I think it works out pretty good. We'll go ahead and make their terrain more to what they would like. And they're pretty good on everything. Obviously not the plants because there's no plants there, but it works out. They like quite a bit of plants, so I try to add enough that, you know, it doesn't look too crazy. But for some reason, I mean, I picked the stuff that they have on there, you know, the biomes, but it's still the first like two I put down is that it didn't like. So it's like, okay. So that's why I usually do this, keeping that box up just so I can see the bars change. Although I know a lot of people say that you don't need to have those plants and coverage bars that great as long as everything else is good as far as welfare. I've never tried that because I don't like to see red. So I try to keep it, you know, in the green as much as I can. But I take out the water so it's a little bit easier to put stuff under the water line without having to mess with the water in there. So we do that, and I think it comes out pretty good. And there's so many little plants we could use underneath the water. I don't know if the trees really make sense under there, but, you know, it adds some green. I think it looks pretty good. And I'm doing a lot of hitting V to align to surface and then not align to surface. Because if you forget and it's on, then you let go of shift and it goes right back to the surface. And I hate that. It's so annoying. Just put this little one here. I know the caimans aren't going to be able to get through that or anything, but I like it. So now we're just gonna place some rocks, and I might go back and place some of those water. I think it's water plants in there. I totally didn't even think about that while I was doing this, but we may go back and add some later. And I think I made it. I think it looks pretty good. Again, you know, I'm sure they have a little bit more water than they need, but I think it works out. And we will look and see how many they like to have in their habitat. I just kind of place these rocks around. I really like these little, like, I don't know what they're called, rubble piles or something like that. I don't know. But they look pretty cool, and they're a nice addition to have, especially with the recolorable option on there. I think that works out pretty good. So, I mean, we could fill the bottom with these rocks, but I kind of like the way they are. Just, you know, every once in a while instead of just everywhere, because I think that's too much. And I'm trying to see if you can see it better without the glass, but it still doesn't work. I don't know what to do with that. Other than making an overhang there that, you know, shelters the people watching and also puts a little bit of shade onto the glass. So now we're going to put in the toys and food and all that stuff. Okay, and I don't know why that thing seems so big that I put down. I don't know. It's crazy. But I'm going to go ahead and add these just as a little bit of a staircase to get down, just in this section. They seem to be able to maneuver most of this, so I'm not super worried about it, but I thought it would look kind of cool just to have these here. And we've also got the stairs, but I didn't use those. Just they seemed a little too small for these guys, but I don't know. They could be used. We could just use them side by side. So I wanted to try to blend this in a little bit. The only problem is we can't have the same color as the rocks, so it doesn't quite blend in. But we do put some food there, and also I went for, there's a little flat rock, this one right here, that I wanted to use just to kind of put over, make it look like that is their food area without having the big metal, you know, thing there. Because I don't like that. But we go ahead and check their traversable area, and everything's pretty good. And I think they're going to do really good here. So I want to go ahead and get some stuff for the outside. We got the habitat education boards, and those will go in pretty good. Unfortunately, one has power and one doesn't. Like I said, the power situation is crazy. But we'll go ahead and put these speakers in and make them, we'll give them two. I don't know if it necessarily matters too much, but I want to make sure we get as much education in here for these guys as we can, because, you know, education is a good thing. And here's where I put the wind turbine. I start with the solar panel, but it has the, well, actually solar panels don't have the negative impact. This one does, so I move it over a little bit, but then I don't remember. Do I keep it there or change it? I think I keep it there. But yeah, I just want to make sure that the negative impact is good. And then you can't see inside this thing. I don't know why. But I think it looks pretty good under here. I really do. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have, definitely hit that thumbs up. Also, if you're new to my channel or haven't already, go and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell to get notified of videos as they come out. And if you have any questions, comments, tips, anything like that, definitely leave those down below in the comment section. Love seeing those, and we'll get back with you as soon as I can. And until next time, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a super blessed day, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys!